15 seconds of silence.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. What's up? Everybody. Oh, here. There you go. Good night. Ethan Maple. Bill Niemeyer. Chad Melinda. Did it. My job is done.
Correct.
Thank you.
Good job.
Public comments, 3-minute time limit per person on items on the agenda only. All right. Claims. Do I hear a motion to approve accounts payable vouchers 26601 through 26644?
I make a motion to approve APVs 26601 through 26644 as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, moved and seconded. Do we have a discussion? Nope. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried to approve APBs 26601 through 26644. Next on the agenda is adoption of minutes. Do I have a motion to approve the town council minutes from June 19th, 2024?
I'll make a motion to approve the town council minutes from June 19th, 2024.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried and approved for the town council minutes from June 19th, 2024. New business. Approval of annual donations to Hancock Senior Services for $1,500 and Zoe's Place for $1,500.
Very simply, it's budgeted for. We've, some donation in the past. So thought we would continue that in the last budget setup. We set that up. So it's up to you whether we do or don't, or do it now.
I'll make a motion that we approve donations of $1,500 each to Hancock Senior Services and Zoe's Place.
I'll second that.
It's moved and seconded. Do we have any discussions on that?
Not as a discussion, but more of a disclosure. My wife is the executive director of Zoe's Place, so I will remove myself from that. But
All right.
Do you have a little history on why those two organizations in the past?
I do not. I inherited that from my predecessors. I do not have a quick. I know Bill knows more about it,
From the day I was on the council, that's something that we have always done. I say, if nothing else, it's somebody historically selected those two as very cause-worthy purposes. That's all I know.
We have in past, did the food bank there in Greenfield and also the senior services,
Meals on Wheels.
the transportation. So we've kind of floated around a little bit. So
I think part of what your question is like, are all inclusive, just those two, whatever. And I think that's probably something that we could talk about in the budget hearing. To say what expanded or what limitations, why do we pick these? Are there more that we should address?
Yeah.
I would think these were probably the two that came back in over the years that requested help.
Okay.
So I don't think anybody else has actually came in and requested help that I can remember. Zoe's Place was pretty new starting off and they were just getting off the ground. We utilize them quite often.
Yeah.
Forensic interviews for miles. Matter of fact, we've got 3 cases there this week. So it's a great organization. Senior Services also comes out with the van, picks up seniors, does different transportation forms. So it's a good thing. And they just, again, they came to us years ago. I think we just kind of completed it.
I think they're awesome organizations and certainly benefit the residents of New Pal. I just recognize there are others as well and just didn't know the process we go
Yeah.
through. And so I would welcome a conversation, not that we should not support these organizations, but to see what other organizations are benefiting the residents and see if there's needs there as well.
Would you like to submit a list of ones that we could talk about during the budgeting?
I mean, if you want me to submit a list of nonprofits, I'd be happy to do so. But to your point, I think, and to some extent, if it's a matter of them coming to us, asking for support, that takes a responsibility, but it also should be done annually if that's whatever benchmark we choose. It just needs to be
Defined.
continued forward. But I think these are great. And we should certainly support nonprofits in the county that benefit our residents.
All in favor of approving these, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried to approve the annual donations. Department reports. Then Robin, please.
No legal updates?
Oh,
I will skip over that, guess, yeah.
legal updates. I wrote over that, so.
Hi, can you hear me? No,
Yes.
thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
All right, now, Mr. Robinson.
Just a couple of things. The Ready Grant came out and we did not get any monies from that. Part of that reasoning is we're not part of the CERTA. It's the Central Indiana Regional Development Authority. We have to adopt an ordinance for that. So Ted, are you familiar with those ordinances or? I have one.
Vaguely familiar.
Okay, I have a copy of McCordsville's and one from Avon, and I'll send those over to you and you want to look at those.
Sure.
And I might have Sydney come in and explain the reasonings why we should join the CERTA. Because if we don't, we won't get any ready money. So that was a little frustrating. I did file the little lawsuit on our telephone or light pole out here. So I think that date is set up for August 27th, small claims court. So that's it.
Thank you. Steve?
Well, we got community crossings all wrapped up, going over the bid tabs. We had, 5 people pick up packets, 4 actually bid. I had to end up tossing out 2 just because there were too many mistakes in their bid tabulation. So, next in line, that had everything squared away was Dave O'Mara. He's a good contractor. He's really up and really, I was kind of surprised to bid on it, but we got him and he came in at 193, 305.75. We were approved. I had it 228, 539.75. So he's well under our what I thought the total. So.
Do you need a motion from us to approve that? Or did we already, before we already voted to approve it? Okay, just want to make sure there's anything we needed to do that we did.
Nope, we're ready to go. I just get contractor signed or hopefully I can get them out here. I'd like to get, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I'd like to get them out here before school opens up, just because of the bridge over there, because they're gonna be doing a bunch of patching work on 500 West. So I'll see if I can get them to do that, but we only got a month, so or less. We'll see what happens. That's all I got.
Do we have I don't know, Steve or Jim, do we have a timeline for the RDC approved sidewalk on 450?
I would think probably within the next few weeks. He realizes that the bridge is out and that kind of limits the traffic over there, which will benefit him to put that in. So and I've already called the HOA. I've gotten a hold of their landscape and they're going to mark the sprinkler heads for us. So
Good. And do we have any update on the bridge? I know it was addressed, but it's just curious, just still waiting for permits on the bridge and communication?
From my understanding, it's probably at this point, we can talk to Ryan, but waiting for permits from CSX.
So we had the contract signed with USI yesterday at the commissioner meeting, approving the funds to pay USI to go forward with getting the permits and starting the process to get the bridge fixed. So getting those documents signed yesterday was the first step. So good.
Ryan, I'm guessing it's a process to get a permit through CSX or railroad.
It absolutely is.
It's not like going to Brendan's office and getting a permit.
It's not. One thing is, I did have a conversation with Sydney about that, and she had some contacts with the railroad.
Well, good.
Lobbyists at the State House. So she actually shared his information with me, so I emailed him to let them know that Hancock County will be applying for some permits here soon, and just to let them know that it was a busy road, and any extra attention that they could give to the permitting process to speed that up would be helpful. But obviously it's in CSX's hands, and we'll see how it goes.
Bob?
Nothing new.
Yvonne?
I have, we're in the process of talking with Commonwealth over the, wastewater treatment plant additions and the financing of that. There's a meeting coming up that we're trying to get set up and hasn't been set up yet. We just today, I kind of poked the bear on that. So I earlier was talking to Chad because we were dealing with the financials and have him sign everything, and I asked him to see if he could make himself available whenever that meeting happens to be at like another council member there, if at all possible. Just to hear, what's going on with that and be updated. And then also I would like to request that we get a executive meeting set up for an employee matter that I know Ted advised this is probably a month ago or two, that this shouldn't be in an executive meeting, but I disagree with you, respectfully disagree with, whatever the state statute says could or could not, but this needs to be done. It's a time sensitive matter and we're already late to the game. So I'd like for this to be approved if at all possible and set up for, a future meeting, maybe even attached to the same meeting when we're talking about land leasing and that kind of stuff.
That's not till August.
Well, in that case, if we can do it before that.
So, yeah, you mentioned time sensitive. That's probably not time sensitive. I mean, for what it's worth, if you pick a date, whatever works.
Ed, you want to weigh in on that?
I don't think you heard you.
Yeah.
Say that again.
About the,
You want to tell me no about that?
Yvonne, I'm fine with having an executive session. I just don't think you pointed to a section of the statute that allows it. So, if you wanna show me where it's allowed to have that conversation, then I'm all for it.
Well, we had this conversation in the past.
I didn't make that decision in the past. I'm only telling you what the statute says.
And it's a similar deal. I mean, however, I don't want to cross any lines and don't want to do something that's not legal, but one way or another, the discussion needs to be had. If it has to be in an open meeting, then so be it.
Why don't we talk about this offline on ways that we can get all of the council the information they need to make an informed decision?
Okay. Fair enough. It's, it's just that I don't know, for some employees, it's just hard to have a conversation in a public meeting without them feeling on edge or embarrassed or nervous about it. And that's kind of what I'm trying to avoid. Other than that, nothing. There's nothing
No
major. There's no secrets about this yet.
That's a judgment. Anything else?
I have one thing. Susie and I will both be on vacation next week. So the agenda will come out late on Monday for the next meeting, only so we can get all the APVs in and make sure everything looks good and ready to go. So it will be late next time, just so you know. If that's okay. Okay.
We don't have a choice.
No.
We do it.
Yeah.
This thing. And since both Susie and Jenny will be off next week.
Yeah.
I can only get so many things.
And a golf outing and
a golf outing.
Yes.
That takes me away for the day.
So no, you don't really have a choice. So
Okay, thanks for the heads up.
yes.
And that's all from the clerk treasurer's office.
All right, thank you. Public comments, 5 minutes, any topic.
Chris Warmont, City Creek Estates. I just have a question about the comprehensive plan. I know we had the training on the other people, the commission, the RBC, plan commission, et cetera. They mentioned after discussion, or after the meeting discussion about sending out the itinerary of the whole process. Have you gotten that, Jim?
I don't, no.
Okay,
I'll reach out, Sydney.
Okay.
She did say she would get it to us, so.
right. That was 2 weeks ago now. So yeah, she said she was gonna get it to you and then you're gonna get it to Rhonda and others.
Yeah, I can send it out to everybody at that
Okay.
point, or have Brenda send it out to all that was in that email.
Now, part of that is public, there's gonna be a couple public sessions on that, correct? Or is that all gonna be done electronically?
All that was training, the public sections, that's gonna be on our comprehensive plan and they'll be advertised. So
Okay.
they'll either be here or maybe at the wellness center.
Okay, fair enough. That
Yeah.
will be explained.
Yeah.
When you get that. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
But Chris, also I'm 100% certain there will be several public hearings, public meetings, public hearings. So definitely opportunity, not just through the surveys, but for
Yeah.
in-person public input.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Council comments. My name is first.
Wait till last. Control the agenda.
Well. Okay. Okay, first thing, Chad, it sounds like you conducted the last meeting. I want to thank you. Yvonne, good job for changing the financial establishment to save money every month.
We're not there yet. We're starting to do this.
Oh,
But yes,
okay.
thank you. You're welcome.
must have misread that. And Steve has been busy rerouting traffic during Summerfest and the bridge being out, so thank you for that. The chief of police has his crew, I hear, was handled a few situations at Summerfest and very professionally, and yes, they were minor, thank goodness. We're still in Mayberry, right? But thank you. And speaking of Summerfest, I want to congratulate Main Street for putting on another successful event. I couldn't attend, but I did hear the bands play and got to watch the fireworks from my bedroom window. Volt launched the New Palestine Community Survey at Summerfest. And the survey will be live, I think, for the next 3 weeks. So please encourage residents in town to engage in the survey, as their input is very crucial to ensure that the final comprehensive plan is representative of their personalities and feelings. The other thing is the pub, it's been over a week ago, they had some equipment breakdown and potentially could have lost thousands of dollars of food. But fellow restaurateurs hopped in and helped them and saved the day. And so it's just instances like that that I'm proud of this community and glad that we protected the businesses of this town from one of our last ordinances. The last thing is happy 4th of July. Have a safe and happy weekend. That's all I have. Ryan?
No.
See how I feel?
We're gonna say like we don't understand. You said everything that I thought of and more. So what Terry said.
Ethan?
I will echo just the blessing and the wonderful summer fest that we had as a town. So many people out, so many food trucks and organizations. So appreciated that very much. With the survey, do we have a point person or anybody who's going around to our local businesses and inviting them to place that flyer at their checkout or in a place in which their patrons would recognize it?
I put them out at some of the businesses, and I know, it's on our website, and it's been out a little bit. But
Yeah.
I think there'll be some other opportune times, hopefully here. When's the next concert, Susie? We said,
Sure.
okay.
It's coming up.
Yeah, we were gonna try to,
Yeah.
we had the girls pass them out in the crowds at that last event as well, so. We had a lot of good, actually, we had a lot of good activity at the town's tent. A lot of people come up, a lot of, I think they represented the town well, so.
Does Volt give us an update on how many people are filling out the survey periodically or no?
They will,
They will.
they'll give us some results.
I think last time I heard, I think Sydney mentioned they had around 190, and I think their goal is 600.
600, yeah.
So there's already been a lot of response from what I understand.
Okay.
And that number could be skewed, but that's what she said.
I was just going to offer, if no one had, to go around to some local businesses and talk to owners. We can flex the businesses, New Pal, the restaurants and other places that people may engage it. That'd be great.
We've put them on the HOA pages as well throughout the neighborhoods, so. That's a big one too, because there's a lot of comments that goes on there, so.
Yes.
What's going on the door too? We haven't announced it.
The only other thing I have is this, on this last meeting, so there was no kind of preemptive announcement, but this is the first Friday, so I will be, I'm going to be at Tia's this Friday or chat with the council. Does anybody feel like they want to join me at Tia's at 8:00 on Friday?
Well, if nobody else does, Tia's Biscuits and Gravy, call me. So,
Bill's just in it for the food. This is what.
absolutely true.
I really enjoy their BLT.
I couldn't fast enough. Either they.
So, if it isn't too redundant, I'd be happy to.
All right. Well, Bill and I will be at Tia's on Friday at 8:00 and just be the yes.
If you send that to me, I'll put it on Facebook
I will send it to you tomorrow morning or tonight.
tonight. So if you do it, well, it doesn't matter, but
You want it tonight?
yeah.
You got it tonight.
Okay.
You got it. Just a couple.
I'll have the survey cards for you as well, and you can pass those out, so that might stimulate some conversation.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yes, fantastic idea.
And Yvonne, to answer your question, a couple people, I mean, the turnout isn't extraordinary, but I think, and Ethan's idea, it's the gesture. It's the fact that it's one more opportunity that if somebody has a concern, we're there to listen.
I just am curious because I haven't, or what's talking, but I don't have necessarily. I'm just curious as a resident, how many people you get and what type of questions or,
I don't remember hearing any significant complaints over the conversations that we've had. Mostly it's just been, they wanted to get to know us, kind of see what's going on in town, share any perspectives. So it hasn't been, a complaint session. People who have things to say good are allowed to come too.
I wonder though, if we should have something on the table where we're sitting that kind of says, hey, town council or something, because I know when Bill and I were at Dry Bones, people asked us and we kept looking at them like, are they gonna-
If you go with Ethan, he does have something that he stands up on.
I mean,
Oh,
that's,
really?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take care of you guys, but. Sorry, I didn't mean to dive you out like that.
Wow, this is idea.
I mean, it's not too difficult. We're not talking about rocket science here to make a sign, but
I was wearing my New Pal shirt.
see, I mean, there's a sign. Yeah. I'm happy to equip each and every one of you with a sign if that would help you out.
We have to sign it out.
Yes, just check it out each time. We'll just leave it here. Check it out.
I'm on a roll, sorry.
What's your turn, Chad?
Next article in the paper, about our banking situation. And, for anybody who wasn't here, Yvonne, had been talking with Greenfield Bank Company, and they had proposed that they could meet actually exceed our current interest rates and reduce our fees that we pay. And it can range anywhere from $500 to $800 a month, depending on how many transactions we have. So, again, not, the biggest amount of money with some of the things that we've got in front of us, but every dollar counts. And I appreciate your diligence to do that. And then the approval to do that, but then it's a lengthy process, right? So we've been banking with that bank for a while, but it's exciting to start this relationship, especially with somebody who's in our community. So we're excited about
It was a
that.
great picture too, Yvonne.
Yes.
That's what I hate the most. The picture and all that.
We could probably ask them to come back in and do new headshots for all of us.
Take somebody else's picture.
The police K9 golf outing is on the 11th, so please come out, show your support. Humble brag here, the guys have been putting it together. The officers have been doing a great job, and if you want to donate, you don't have to golf. You can donate. The proceeds are trying to make sure that we can maintain the K9 in the department. I think there's a lot of stats that Chief floated around to let us know that it does have an effective presence, and it's a great thing to have for our town. So raising some money for them. And overall, hopefully we raise so much money that we can get like 7 dogs. Everybody get a dog. But, yeah, they're hoping that, this is the first one. Hopefully it continues to grow. We'll get a little more organized. We kind of shot from the hip on this one, but Yvonne luckily, reined us in and got us pointed in the right direction. But yeah, it'll be on the 11th. So we appreciate your guys' support. And then the final thing I wrote down is, so we talked a little bit ago about a website update. Are we still progressing? I'm sure
Yes,
it's a little
it is almost ready to go live. It will be by end of July, definitely by August 1st, because we're done with their old one on August 1st. So it's sometime July 15th, a little bit after that.
I just want to make sure
Yep,
it's still.
and I am working on it and it's looking good. And I've already been with Scott. We've got our new domain set up and getting ready for all of that. So
She's been working really hard.
I know.
It's a huge job.
it's a little
It's
daunting.
way
Yeah.
bigger than
Mhm.
you would just think about.
Yes, yeah.
That's all I have.
Ditto. Start with that. And then just 2 brief comments. If you haven't noticed, each Tuesday from 4 to 7 PM at the Wellness Center during the summer, there's a farmer's market. Encourage everybody to frequent that. The vendors are fantastic. And then I would like to recognize and thank both Jim and Nyla for all of the time that they spent working the tables during the Summerfest. It was a hot day. Started the day with moving locations. So everything that had been delivered to one location had to be relocated. And again, they spent a big chunk of the day there. So thanks for that. Appreciate it. That's all I have.
Cool. Thank you very much. Again, everybody have a fun and safe holiday weekend. And do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Meeting adjourned. Oh, let's vote, yes.
Aye.
Done.